Joining me now with more is Erin Sykes. She's founding partner at Sykes Properties. It serves the Golden Triangle of New York, New Jersey, and Florida. Erin, I know you spend a lot of time traveling as well. And how does the housing sector look as we look to round out 2024?
So we're looking for a better 2025, and I will be blatantly honest, 2024 was not great. We still had those higher prices. We kept thinking that these mortgage rates were going to come down, and if you had asked me a year ago, I would have said, yeah, it would be 6% by the end of 2024, but here we are back at 7%. However, I think a lot of uncertainty has been taken out of the market post November 5th. At least we have a direction as to where the country is going, and we can count our chickens, so to say, and we know that prices are going to moderate, but we're really getting more back to normalcy. So that doesn't mean they're going to go down. It doesn't mean they're going to stay flat. It just means that we're going to see that 2 to 4% bump each year versus a 10 or 20% bump that we saw, and then this holdout for a drop that never happened.
Does that provide more stability to the market, more routine rises versus some of the more dramatic swings?
Exactly, and coupled with a more routine inflation increase, so if we get back to about 2%, 2 to 2.3%, and then we have that 4 to 6% increase in home prices, that is where we feel comfortable, and then we will see that mortgage rate pull back this year. I'm very confident. I don't think we're going to ever go back to 4 or 4.5%, and I don't want to see us go back that far. But if we go back to about 6%, we have moderated inflation, moderated increases in prices, more or less flat rents. That sets us up for a balanced market that's fair on both sides.
For people who are on the sidelines, what is the best way for them to navigate this market if they are looking to enter in the new year?
It depends on where you live. So there are about 10 states that are back above pre-pandemic inventory levels, which of course gives more opportunity to buyers. And you're in more of a buyer's market. Florida is a big one. Also Austin, Texas, Arizona, the places where we saw these crazy run-ups in 2021, 2022, we're seeing those locations softened. Also where you see more insurance increases because we've had a tough ride over the last couple years with hurricanes in Florida. Our insurance rates are really high, and that is pricing some people out of the market, thus creating opportunity for buyers to come in and get a good deal.
How closely do you look at the affordability factor between renting and owning?
Yeah, well, you know, in New York, there's actually been quite a lot of coverage here about how many people that could afford to buy have simply chosen to rent because it makes more economic sense. I think that's going to shift. I'm very, very bullish on the New York City market. I think people want to be here. You never count New York City down. And we're starting to see a lot of deal flow from the almost completed condo projects to, you know, away from renting. Now, there's not a lot of condo projects in the pipeline. So if you want something brand new, then you've got to basically make the deal now before they're sold out. So I think that that's going to take some of the momentum away from renting. We're starting to see concessions for renters that, you know, get 1 month free if you sign up for a year lease, or the buildings offering broker commissions, which they hadn't been doing before. So when you start to see those elements come into play, you know that the rental market is flattening.
What makes a condo attractive to a potential buyer?
So it's lock and leave. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to lift a finger, especially if you're using it as a pied-à-terre. You can leave for 2, 3, 4 months, for an entire season if you want, and you can walk back into a well-maintained apartment. The same thing with views and what you can actually get in a condo versus a single family home. When you have a single family home, there's a lot more maintenance involved. There's a lot higher carrying costs. Your insurance tends to be higher. With a condo, you tend to get a better location for a lower price as well.
Yeah. New York City, especially this holiday season, in terms of tourists, locals, activity, does seem like it is getting pretty close to what it was like pre-pandemic. What is the commercial market telling us?
Yeah, so commercial is a mixed bag. We see retail spaces actually doing very well. People are shopping again, but there's a lot of consolidation among the retail spaces. And if you walk around, you're starting to see chains and brands of elements that you didn't see before. Nail salons, for instance. You used to see all these independent nail salons around New York, every ground level retail space. Now you're starting to see chains pop up because it's very expensive, and that's who has the capital to make things happen. If you change into looking commercial, or I'm sorry, looking industrial, that's also, you know, a stronger point of the overall commercial market. And then data center, that's a new element of the commercial market. We have all of this cloud storage that's needed, all of this computing, and so people are looking for data center storage in remote locations.
Interesting. And in terms of artificial intelligence, we know that certainly fueled many of the gains in the stock market. Second straight year of 20% plus growth for the S&P 500. My guest earlier saying that he's bullish on 2025 as well from a market perspective. How have we seen the AI growth play out in real estate?
So I don't think we've even seen the tip of the iceberg yet in real estate. People are using ChatGPT, you know, to write their listing descriptions. That's basically where brokers are for the most part. Ryan Serhant just launched an AI-focused real estate venture. So I think that we're going to see a lot more interesting things like that come out and see how we can actually use it. Right now it's floating out there and nobody's been able to lasso how to use AI properly in real estate, especially on the customer side too. You know, backing into your perfect broker, your perfect house, like it's got to be better than just a Zillow search, right?
Erin Sykes, great to have you in studio. We hope you'll join, of course, in the new year. Erin's a founding partner at Sykes Properties.